So I really like the idea that you brought up to me earlier, just because I know that I've encountered these people in South Korea so many times. And I hate them so much. And I don't hate people. But I do not like these humans. At all.
So I was very curious. Okay, there was a girl, I met her, and then we were talking about some things, and she's American. So she's living in Korea, and she was talking like, I've met so many foreign guys here. I've seen those guys here in Korea, foreign guys, but I really hate them because they're so yellow fever, and vice versa. Like Korean guys, some Korean guys, they're so crazy about foreign girls. Yeah, so she said like, I really don't like those guys. So where should I find like right person, like decent guys, That's what she said, and I was really curious about that. Okay, so those like foreign people coming to Korea from other countries, so do they usually come here to find like Korean girlfriend or like to get married to a Korean girl, something like that? And what is the answer? I'm really curious about that.
In my experience living in Korea, I feel that I've met enough foreigners to be able to say that a lot of guys are coming here with, maybe not with the intention of dating a Korean woman. Like, I don't think they come to Korea for that. But I think they come to Korea knowing that they're foreign. And so because they're foreign, they think that they're exotic here.
Okay.
So this is the thing, right? And so they feel that they may be, because they're new, they're fresh, they have a new look, which foreigners in Korea isn't new. That's nothing new. But like for some girl, they might be like, oh wow, he's a nice looking white guy with kind of hair, or like he looks like this, or he has tattoos, right? So they just feel that, oh, I'm exotic, they're gonna want me, right?
Yes, right.
And then I've seen these same guys use the same tactics that they would use back at home here. And those tactics are terrible. They fail miserably. Which is typically like, in the West, especially in America, like if I wanted to approach a woman, I would like talk to her. Like it's a very direct way of doing it. Sometimes you might have friends hook you up, but a lot of times it's very direct, right? Yeah. If I like you, I should tell you I like you, and et cetera, right? But in Korea, you can still tell somebody that you like them if you're interested, but it doesn't happen the same way as the West. I feel that if you were to approach more directly in Korea, people will be way more intimidated.
Yes,
and
right, exactly.
Want to run from you, right?
Right.
And so, like, even let's say, like, you're in a club, right? You're in a club in the U.S., you're club dancing. If you see a girl you like, you kind of walk up to her and be like, hey, Or if you're dancing, you might tap her on the shoulder, and she's dancing, she look back, she's like, oh, yeah. Start dancing, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way in Korea, I
feel. Maybe you have an experience.
Well, okay, quite the opposite. I actually I don't have experience in a club in Korea just because by the time I got to Korea, I just didn't get a chance to go to any clubs. Wait.
Why?
I'm sorry. I'm lying. I did.
I knew it.
I'm lying. But I've never tried to pick up girls in a club. Never tried. Yeah. Never done that. And
okay,
so
I'll trust you.
I think the reason why is because I kind of already understood. Because like if you take the time to look, and I could really go into a lot of gameplay here when it comes to guys and everything. Like a guy knows that if I'm trying to pick up this girl, if I'm trying to talk to this girl like in this bar or this club or whatever, and I see that she's like dancing with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of her friends. Oh. Don't do it. That's a no-go. That's a no-go, right? You don't do it. You'll get shot down. For your try. This is like back home. I've seen the same circle of girls here in Korea. It's even worse. You stand even less of a chance. Because a lot of times, especially if you're a foreign guy, and if you come up with that mindset, and what I'm going to say is going to be a big generalization. I'm going to stereotype these foreign men, okay? Yeah. Most likely they don't speak that much Korean. Right? Other than like, 안녕하세요 and 감사합니다. And they don't speak Korean. So if they go over to these girls and start talking to them, they're probably gonna use like English, or they're gonna use like broken Korean. Like, hey, 안녕하세요, how you doing? Yeah, you know, 나는 mikole, you know, like that whole thing. And then like, you know, these women are gonna be intimidated. They'll be like, oh my God, should I speak English? Like, you know, or they'll be like, hi. And then like, you know, and they'll be just really intimidated because this foreign guy just kind of walked up and started talking, which again, back home, it's a little bit more common.
Yeah.
You'll still get shot down. You'll still get turned away, but it's more common. Right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And so I think these guys, they come over with the idea of just feeling special. Yeah. And wanting to like try out something new. And by something new, I mean having a relationship with just a different type of woman.
Not just like, okay, Asian girls, okay, I'm gonna like date Asian girls only, not like that, but more like, oh, something new, new type of girl, something like that.
Well, new type of girls, Asian girls. that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
A new type of Asian girls. Okay.
I think that's what I meant, because it's like if they come over and they already are acting like this, then they're probably like, oh, yo, there's some Korean girls here. I've never had a chance to date a Korean girl. I never had a chance to be a Korean girl. Let me go talk to this Korean girl. You know, and they come over acting like this. Hence why they act that way. So I can see why that foreign girl probably will be more disgusted, because I feel also she comes from that environment already back in the West. And so to see it again overseas, it's just like watching a train wreck. You're just like, this is terrible. I don't know. I feel like for me, that's like just having not just a disregard for culture and like Korean people, as it is just more of a you just don't really care about people, women. If you want to come over and conquer, we say conquer, because you conquer, like you want to come over and come to this new land and just take over it. And
oh my God, yeah, I've seen some guys like that, and I was so disgusted actually. So you came here to like hunt all the Korean girls, like yeah, I really didn't like it. And you know what? Somehow those guys ended up like getting married to Korean girls, Korean women.
I've seen that.
A lot.
I've seen that.
Oh, isn't it you? Wait.
No, that's not me. That's not me though.
Well, you are married to like Korean woman, but I know it's different.
Oh yeah, like I feel like the difference between me and them is I feel that like for one, I was kind of already accustomed to Korean culture even before I came to Korea, right? Like I already knew how to read Korean and could speak some Korean and everything. Yeah. So then coming to Korea was like I just had to adjust to living in Korea and like pick up like a few different mannerisms and everything, and I was open to it. And I think that's the thing, is like being open, right? I know some people who are married to Korean women where like they can't really, like neither spouse can communicate with each other 100%. Like the guy doesn't speak Korean. Yeah. And the woman doesn't speak English.
Then how?
Like fluently.
Then how can they communicate?
I don't know. They either throw like gang signs or like sign language or something. I don't know. Like I think they understand each other through mistakes or like simple phrases.
Okay, maybe just hurts, you know.
Yeah, just like
hurt and hurt. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Like, and I think a lot of those times it's like they dated each other. They liked each other because each other was different. So this is like when a foreign guy comes over, he wants to like, I want a Korean girl, and then he finds one that he likes, and she finds a foreign guy that she likes, but neither one knows like will take the time to actually really invest in the culture. Like they might like each other, but that's a big thing about dating somebody from different culture. You gotta learn
right,
each other's background, right?
Yeah, like when I was so young and when I was so interested in like other culture, I really wanted to make foreign friends. Yeah. But then not just necessarily friends, you know? Maybe boyfriend too. Yeah. So actually, because I was so curious about like what is it like getting a like foreign boyfriend. Yeah. So actually I dated a guy from UK. Yeah. Yeah. And it was basically like just sign language. Yeah. You know, because at the time my English was really bad and you couldn't speak Korean at all. Yeah. So we were like just drawing and then like going to picnic and eating sandwich. Yes, just drawing, like that was it.
Just like communicating through pictures.
Yeah, so it was like that. So, but I realized like, okay, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
And this is more like just friendship, you know, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
more about curiosity.
Yeah,
So I had
yeah.
to realize that, and I think for him it was the same, I guess. But some guys, like if you go to Thursday party,
Thursday party.
Thursday party, then you're gonna see a lot of those men, you know, you have to avoid, you know.
Let's be honest, there's the different Thursday parties, and for those viewers out there who have no idea what a Thursday party is, it's basically one of the first places you'll go to when you come to Korea to hang out, basically. When you come to Seoul. It's like a bar club. It's like it's a bar with no dance floor, but they play music that you can dance to, but they have no DJ, so it's like, it frustrates me. Anyway, I digress. So depending on which Thursday party you go to, I think you'll see these different types of men in different numbers. Okay, so for example, Hongdae will give you a different types of guys. Like these people, you know, we're gonna extend this too. We're gonna extend this. So we're not gonna just say the guys, because there's also women hunters. There's hunters out there too, right? Yep. The ladies hunters are there too, right? Hongdae, you'll see them either they're younger. Right? They're decently young, and they are. There's like a good mix of like foreigners. I feel like in Hongdae. Why? Because it's Hongdae, right? Itaewon, on the other hand. Itaewon you have this giant number of like soldiers who are out there.
Yeah, I wanted to say about that, but I couldn't.
It's okay, I'll say it for you. No, and then they're out there, and I come from a military family. I come from a military hometown as well. So I've been around soldiers all my life. And soldiers, when they're not doing their soldiering, when they're not working, and they're hanging out, then they're hanging out to just slay. Like they're looking for somebody.
I know.
Yeah, and which I was really surprised. Like when like at a certain time at night, if you're at like Itaewon Thursday party, you'll see like a lot of the like either commanding officers or like other MPs will come, like the military police will come, and they'll be like, "Yo, it's time to go," because you know they have a curfew.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Curfew, right? So then, like, if they stay out, they have to stay out the entire night, right? Or else they have to get back to the base at a certain time. And then, like, you know, some guys will kind of like dodge around and they'll stay out. Yeah. And you know, they're just looking to just meet a new friend that night.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and it's crazy. Because I was also really surprised when I went to Busan. Yep. As well. If you're like in Haeundae, that little strip there's another Thursday party. There is a Thursday party there.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and the Thursday party there has like there's some military. Yeah, there's actually military there. It's not as much as Itaewon. Just because Itaewon is right next to the base. But like they're in Busan too. And but I found more Korean guys there who were like doing more of the hunting.
Oh my god, I remembered. I've been there.
You been there?
Yeah, with my friend. And then we were like, oh, there are not that many foreigners actually. There are all Koreans.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
Weird. Yeah, that's what we said.
The foreigners, they'll come through. But like compared to the Itaewon was like a lot of foreigners, right? Right. But then like that Busan one, like I've even been around with like foreign women, and then like and the Korean guys are just like, hey, where are you from? How you doing? And a lot of the ones that they were like doing that to were definitely like, guess what the women look like?
Pretty sexy, you know.
Think hair.
Hair?
What color hair?
Blonde.
What color eyes?
Blue.
Bingo. Yeah. How'd you get that?
That's so typical.
Yeah, and they were like, they stayed around them the whole night, just trying. Oh
my gosh.
Which, you know, some people might like that. Some people might like that constant pursuer trying to like hunt them. But yeah. And so I find that, here in these places, you have like the foreign men who are hunting. Yeah. You have the Korean men who are also hunting.
Yes, right.
Maybe it's just men. I don't know. But then no.
Women too, maybe.
No, but you do have the women. The women hunt too.
Women too, yeah.
The women hunt. Because if you're in Itaewon.
Ooh, a lot.
So also when I was in like college, right? So I stayed in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my first time in Asia. Right? And this is 20-year-old Mike. God, that was 14 years ago. This is, it was 12 years ago. This is 20-year-old me. 2021-year-old me. Right?
Anyway, young Mike, yeah.
I'm really young. I was really young.
I cannot imagine, but yeah.
And I tell Rose, I joke with Rose about this all the time, right? And I'm just like, you know, when I lived in Georgia and I knew like I met some Japanese students or I knew some Korean students and everything, I kind of thought they were good looking, you know. I'm not gonna say I had the fever, but I would say that like, you know, I was interested in Asian women. Maybe that might be the fever. But then when I finally came to Japan, then like it was very much like my neck. We call it rubbernecking.
Rubbernecking. Oh, yeah, I love that word.
Because my neck was like this.
Yeah.
Just constantly like just looking all around me. Just 'cause I was like, oh my God, I'm in Japan. And then my college campus in Japan, in Nagoya, that school was about 70% women.
Oh, you're lucky.
70. I was a good boy.
Okay. Good boy.
Maybe more of a late bloomer. I don't know how to describe myself then at age of 20. Oh no, it's because I dated a Japanese girl when I got there. That's why. I was already dating somebody. So But so when I got there, there were some students that were some guys that were European.
Yeah.
They were popular on campus.
Okay.
They're very popular. They would always bring somebody around, like because we lived in a dorm. All the international students lived in a dorm.
I know.
And they would always bring like somebody new by. We're like, oh, what's up? She's like, oh yeah, my name is like Himiko. Hi. And they're like, hey, what's up, Himiko? Then next week he's bringing like I don't know, Ayako or something like that. I'm like, oh, Ayako. And I'm like, hi, Ayako. Like, you know, and it's just like it was just always new, and we were just like, man. These guys, and that's the thing about college too, right? And it's college. They come over, and it's just like they have goals. They have goals.
Okay.
Yeah, and their goals
okay.
are the ladies. So ever since but after that, for me, I kind of chilled out a little bit. I wasn't like, oh, Asian girl.
Are you sure?
When I first came to Korea, I was kind of like, in the beginning, it was like, oh, okay, then I was cool.
Okay.
Like, it lasted maybe for like a few weeks to like a month-ish, and then I kind of chilled out.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you come to a new place, everything's kind of like, it's brand new, and it's like,
right.
oh, wow, you know? But then after you get used to it, it's just like, oh, it's just every day. It just becomes like, oh, okay, now I see these people all the time. There's nothing like really special about it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I see.
I mean, what about you though?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Me? Why? About why?
I mean, you know, because like, I don't know. Like, you've been to the U.S. You traveled overseas. I'm not saying did you go overseas to go like hunting, but just more like when you first got there, were you just like, oh wow, oh look, like maybe your first time going overseas?
Oh yeah, that was Singapore.
Really?
Yeah, the country was Singapore when I was 20, 21. I went there with my sister and my cousin, and then we were like, oh my god! But you know, it was like a package group together with old people together. So we went to just spa, you know, all the like bird like park those things. So it was kind of boring, but because it was like a foreign country, you know, we were like, oh, wow, wow, they were foreigners. They're foreigners. Oh my god, here looks like India, and here looks like another country. Here looks like China. So it was so very, very fantastic and very new.
I feel so like this girl loving, like. So if I didn't have kids watching, I would say I feel like just this big perv who just comes to the country and she's like, oh girls, and then just like and gets horny or something like that, looking at girl. You're supposed to like talk about you, like, yeah, when I went to America, I was like, oh yeah, these guys look good, or I like these guys. But now I feel like a pervert.
Yeah. I like pervert.
Yeah. So Gina.
Yep.
There's a lot of people who want to come to Korea. Either now, during the pandemic, or even after the pandemic. I'm pretty sure a lot of them also want to come here to work and have a nice life. But then also some of them want to come here. They're interested in just like, oh, I want to meet Korean ladies. Or I want to meet foreign. Yeah. I want to meet Korean men. Right?
Yeah.
Well, what do you got to say to those folks?
Oh, okay, do whatever you want because, you know, I mean, it's their taste, right?
Yeah.
And if you meet like those girls, like Korean girls, like, oh, I like white guys, you know? Those people, like,
boom,
we're like, not just white, okay?
Perfect match. No, I'm just saying, perfect match right there.
But anyways, then, congratulations, right? Yeah, so, like, dream come true. But not me. For those girls, just please do not try. And do not go to Thursday party, please. And do not Tinder. and
yeah.
And they're always like somehow their ex was Korean girlfriend and ex was Korean girlfriend and ex was Korean.
So there's a pattern. There's a pattern.
That's so creepy. You know?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, there's a pattern there, right?
So that's why I don't really want to date some foreign guys working or living in Korea. I'm sorry if you are actually working or living here already, but I cannot really trust those people because they always, you know, somehow make some Korean girlfriends. Always somehow. So I don't know. That's a little bit more. Is it because I'm Korean or is it because you like me actually?
Yeah.
I cannot trust about that. Yeah.
You can. All you have to do, I feel, is just look at their body language. Maybe just look at how they act around you. I think if they seem very like nukihe, like very like kind of like sleazy around you, like they're too eager to be with you, then maybe that's a sign. Because you know some guys, as a guy who has been this way before, and so I kind of get it. If a guy seems too desperate, like way too desperate, then you're like. You're like, why are you so desperate, man? Hold on. Like, chill. Because most likely, you're not the first that he either got with or that he's tried to get with, right?
Yeah.
Versus someone who might like you for you, I feel like it would be like over a certain time span that like either like if you met them just that day, they don't seem like they're in a rush. They're just kind of like, oh, it's nice to meet you and stuff like that. And so they seem very relaxed. Or they've known you for like a certain time. And then they kind of took their time to getting to know you and like, hey, let's do whatever, right?
I can just feel that actually.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say that women have a sixth sense for that.
Yeah.
Like they can tell when a guy's looking at them or when a guy like wants them. They can feel it on the inside.
Yeah.
Which it protects them a lot because for those creepers.
And you know what? Actually, there is a hint.
What?
To see those guys like creepy guys. Like if they try to be like too Korean, like circle ends or like bleached hair, something like that, then that means that he kind of wants like Korean women, I would say.
Like to the point where he's himself is trying to be more Korean.
That's what I learned from experience.
That's so interesting because I know I've also seen like the girls as well, where like they take on more of like, and it's typically like younger. Like college age, maybe a little bit after college age, like early 20s, mid 20s, where like they take on the Korean girl fashion and everything, and then like they take on these mannerisms that comes from like Korean dramas, and then like could they also do the whole like Aiko thing, like oh bye, like they do that whole like ugh, and then you're just like ugh, and you see it in public and you're like, and then like they'll talk out of their nose. So it sounds like when some of these girls speak Korean, it almost sounds like they're holding their nose when they speak Korean. Which, it's that kind of nasally, whiny Korean voice rather than just their normal voice.
Yeah.
Like that completely just turns me off. I'm just like, So those are also the type of girls to avoid. On the other end.
Great lesson.
That's right? So how many of you guys want to come to Korea? Probably most of you, probably all of you, right? Don't let what we just said just discourage you. But if you're that type of person that just wants to come here and do your thing, then yes, we're discouraging you to do that. But rather, just come here, enjoy life, and just be a good person. Don't be a creeper at all. And so thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Anytime. These talks are fun. I love these talks.
Yeah, same.
If you guys are enjoying this video, please smash the like button right there. And then as well, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Also, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you follow Jina Kim. Subscribe to her channel. She makes good content all of the time. It's wonderful. But until the next video, you guys make sure you be cool. Peace.
Good.